That's why Vision Works organizes our trains by shape and price. So it's simple to find here you love. There are the shapes. That's the price. There you get it. Vision Works. See the difference. Dave Sportway is known as the founder of Barstool Sports and is known for his sharp commentary and down-to-earth one-bite pizza reviews. Dave created Barstool Fund during COVID to raise $58 million to help small businesses. All right, we live. Let's get live on IG. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Pray all is well in IG land, Facebook land, YouTube land. We are back again. That's right. Another one. We're back again to talk about, what else is there to talk about? P. Diddy? Nah. Donald Trump? Joe Biden? Nah. Who else? I don't know. What's her name? Chloe Lacey? No. What is there to talk about, brothers and sisters? What rules the world? The money game rules the world. So I wrote a book called The Money Game so Black people can win and dominate. Everybody should be interested in that. Every Black person should want to know, what is Daryl talking about? The money game. What? So Black people can win and dominate. Who puts that on the cover of a book? Who says for Black people? Who does that? Oh, I wonder what's in that book. That's what we all should be saying. And look at the graphic on there. A king on gold coins. Gold on gold. Right, brothers and sisters? We're going to talk about every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, God willing, we'll come to you live to talk about the money book, the money game book, I should say. We cannot exhaust the topic of money if we understand its fullness. If we understand it's not one-dimensional, it's not two-dimensional, not three-dimensional. We know it's not the service. It's not get, and have. That's not to win and dominate. There's depth and breadth to the money game. We're living in the depth and breadth of what finances, what money, those that understand, those that play to win and dominate. It's all around us. We just don't recognize it because we haven't been given the glasses, the right glasses to put on so we can see how it's played around us, how the big boys play to win and dominate. The big boys don't play to have things, even though they have things. That's not what they play for. So as we as Black people in America, we have to level up. We've been here 400 and 80 some years, 60, 70 some years. Don't you think it's time for us to level up, mature up, and play at a much higher level of understanding and comprehension? That's what this book touches on. It addresses. It helps us to pull the veil off, the scales off of our eyes as Black people, so we can stop being so underdeveloped, immature around money and the money game, and understand we need to play it to win and dominate. Not for you, not for me, but for us and our community. That's what civilized and people do who have a high level of self-interest and self-love. High, I said high. I say high level. All right, so the money game book. I got some free gifts for you, brothers and sisters. I believe in all the laws of the universe, the law of reciprocity, the law of abundance. Right? I believe in all that. But believing is not good enough. We have to carry it into practice. So by going to themoneygamebook.com, you got it? The Money Game, just like the book. The Money Game, it's a book.com. Themoneygamebook.com, I want to give you 2 free gifts. One is an audio entitled The Money Game, so it can help us make the paradigm shift necessary to expand and open up our level of thinking, our level of understanding as it pertains to money. And just know, brothers and sisters, it's never the obvious. A blind person can see the obvious. Those that win and dominate see way past the obvious. They actually see the unseen. When you can see the unseen, you have some special vision, special eye, like Superman type vision. All right, so go to themoneygamebook.com. There's 2 free gifts. One is that audio, so you can start thinking about the idea and the concept of the money game. You download it, get it instantly. Then the second gift we're going to have here real soon. I'm thinking of the next 30 to 45 days, maybe a little bit longer. Has some other things that I'm putting in place. But we're going to have a call, a Zoom call. All right, a group Zoom call, a master call, where we're going to talk about the book, the ideas and concepts about the book. You can hear more about my journey on this path that got me to this book. All right, we're going to talk about it. You can ask me questions about ideas and concepts and ask me to expound on them, because surely it's only 200 pages and it's only one book. And there's no way you can even, scratch the surface when it comes to money from the different angles that we have to cover. All right, Liza, welcome, sis. Good seeing you. Or is that Lisa? Lisa, thank you. All right, so that's what we're talking about. So what we do on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we just pick something out of the book, talk about it, put your comments below, talk about it. Go to themoneygamebook.com, give me your name and email address, get those 2 games. Those 2 gifts, we'll continue having a conversation. But I'll tell you, as I always say, when people see the money game, they have preconceived notions, preconceived thoughts. Don't do that when it comes to this book. This book was intentionally written to be different from 99.9% of any of the books that you've read about money. So don't go in thinking, oh, he's going to talk about real estate. He's going to talk about crypto. He's going to talk about the wealth gap. Don't go in with preconceived notions, ideas. Go in with a totally open mind. All right. That's how you get the most out of any book, but that's how you get the most out of this book, because it was purposely written with that not in mind, with that, it had taken into consideration that you're going to judge it. That's why the subtitle is so strong. So Black people can win and dominate. Now, how's that different from white people winning and dominating? That's the point. That's why you got to get this book. All right. So tonight we're going to come out to chapter 1. There's 19 chapters and 1 bonus chapter. There's about the author in the back, and there's a resource section, and there's a Black economic pledge that you can say every day, right? Fill in your name. You can say every day, I got this idea and concept from the Million Man March. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had us take a pledge on the mall. And that's where I got this idea from. Okay, so real quick, because I got to go. Got here kind of late. I want to get started at 7:30. But chapter 1 is entitled How to Play the Money Game. And the subsection we want to talk about very briefly, everybody plays the money game. Everybody? Yes, everybody. My children? Yes, your children. But he or she's only 3, only 2, only 1. Yes. Yes, yes. What about the homeless person? Yes. What about the handicapped, the blind? Yes. In a wheelchair? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody plays the money game. Okay? You have chapters and you have subsections. Little bite size, some of them a couple of paragraphs, but it's written like that on purpose. So let's talk about quickly, how is it that everybody plays the money game? Everybody plays the money game, brothers and sisters. The question is, do you and I know the rules, the right rules, the rules so we can win and dominate? That is the question. That is the question. So we can win and dominate. What rules do we have to play by to be average, to be above average, to be in the upper middle class, the lower middle class, the lower upper class, the medium, upper, what rules? There are different rules at different levels. See, so we have not, I don't believe that most of us have constantly thought about what rules am I playing by when it comes to money. Can you write them down right now? If somebody gave you a piece of paper, gave me a piece of paper, say, okay, Daryl, write down the rules that you use in reference to money. That's the kind of thinking we should have. Get out of the rudimentary, pay bills, extra, put on credit cards, go buy things. That's still a consumer mentality. That's still someone that has more than 50% of their thinking around money as a consumer. We cannot win and dominate the money game if a high percentage of our thinking around money is consuming, is as a consumer. If the only reason why we want to make more money is to be a bigger consumer, then we're not playing to win and dominate, no matter what you're buying, no matter how expensive the trinket is. That lets the world know, that lets those who play to win and dominate, they can peep it out and know right away. This person is not playing to win and dominate. He or she's playing not to lose on a high level. Because I was blessed to be a stockbroker, brothers and sisters, for two major Wall Street firms back in 96 to 2002, 6-year span. And I ran across an article when I first got to Dean Witter, now Morgan Stanley. I read an article in the Wall Street Journal that said 1% of stockbrokers, financial advisors were minorities. Because I just had an aspiration to be a stockbroker. Why? Because I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be wealthy. So I learned and realized early, get as close to the largest amount of money that you can. Right? You get as close as you can to the biggest fire to stay warm. Not a candle. Candle generating heat, it can burn down the whole house. But it doesn't generate enough heat from that candle for you to stay warm. You need a bigger fire. So I said, man, I got to get as close as possible to the largest amount of money. And that was Wall Street. That is Wall Street. America has the largest economy in the world, 10 times larger than the second largest economy. Why do you think everybody from around the world wants to come to America? It's not for freedom of speech. When they get here, they don't protest. It ain't because of religion, because they left their country where they can practice their religion openly, right? It wasn't because of education, because some of them leave from countries where college education is free. They come to America for money, for prosperity, financial prosperity, and financial freedom. So I realized that, so I got real close to the biggest pile of money that exists in the world. And that really just expanded my mind. I was a stockbroker when Enron fell. Some of us not old enough or don't remember Enron, okay, here in Houston. But that opened up my eyes, and I looked at money. I've never seen money. Of course you can't, unless you're on the inside looking out. You never see money like that unless you're on the inside. So just imagine 1% were minorities. That include white people, that include, Asians, Hispanics. So you're talking about black people as another subcategory, and then black men. That's a fraction of 1%. That's why this book is not like 99.9% of any other book about money, even though we talk about money. Don't get me wrong, right? But it's from a sojourner, a journey that I've been on since 1980. It's trickled and sprinkled all through this like good seasoning in the food. You never taste, one season is not dominant over another unless done intentionally, like curry sauces. All right? So let's talk about it real quick and we'll let you go. We want to keep these short and sweet because thanks to social media, our attention span is short. But so everybody plays the money. How is it that everybody plays the money game, Daryl? Everybody plays the money game. Anytime You receive money, you have money, you give money, you exchange money. Anytime you have possession of money, financial resources, credit, money in your bank, you have been activated into the money game. And you stay activated until you have no more money. Even the homeless who might not have food to eat, clothes to wear, anywhere to take a bath, or any place that he can call his home. But if you pull up next to a homeless person and give them $1, give them a quarter, you have just activated them into the money game. When you give your money to your little, cute grandbaby, like I have 2 of them now, here, let Pawpaw give you $1. You just activated that child into the money game. Now, what rule does the child have on how to play the money game, what to do with that $1? What rule does the homeless have on what to do with that $1, how to play that game? What does an educated, and what does a CEO, and what does the people at higher levels of financial astuteness, what rules are they playing by? Surely not the same rules that the infant, the grandbaby, surely not the same rules as the homeless, surely not the same rules of anybody that's in a lower financial status below them. So that means there are different levels to this game. There's depth to this money game. And you got to ask yourself, where did you learn it? Did you learn it on purpose, intentionally, through formal education or informal education? Or did you learn it from your social circles? Did you learn it through tradition? And is it accurate enough for you to get what it is that you desire, that I desire? Many of us in the Black community were raised with the idea of every generation supposed to do better and better and better and better. How is that the case if we have the exact same money blueprint as the previous generations? It's not mathematically possible. Not when the economic environment is constantly changing. So you even lose progress because we're not advancing with the times, right? So literally everybody plays the money game. The question is, how are we playing it? What rules are we playing it with? And are the rules that we have conducive to go where we want to go? And if it's beyond where you are now, the answer is no, definitely not. So now we have to be consciously aware of that and search for information and get pieces as we go along on this journey. We get the pieces that we need. We get pieces and say, okay, I don't need that piece. That piece doesn't fit. Let me put it off to the side because I know it's an important piece of the puzzle, but it just doesn't fit right now where I am in my life. That's why you should always be buying books relative to the direction that you're going in, that you're striving to go in. And that's a science, because you can be on the letter C, and you go get information at the level W. Still need it because it's part of the alphabet, but you need the next letter from where you are, not 4 or 5 letters up. See, so that lends us to understand that we have to have a comprehensive knowledge of where we want to go. If I'm driving from Houston to San Antonio, I got to know how to get from where I am to where I want to be before I leave. That's the intelligent thing to do. I don't leave my driveway and say, okay, I just need to get down the street. And I get down the street, I'll say, okay, let me see which way I go. The map said go right. So I just need to go right and go down another 2-3 blocks. How you doing, Lincoln? Right? That's not intelligent. That's not intelligent. So it is on our journey, our financial journey on the money game, so Black people can win and dominate. Brothers and sisters, that's all I have for the night. It's 8:10. I'm just getting home, running kind of late, but we had to do it because consistency is the key. That's part of winning and dominating anything in life. is consistency. It's commitment. And when you say you're going to do something, your word is your bond, and bond is life. Sister Nyambe, assalamu alaikum, sister. That is you, my sister. Praise be to Allah. So, I probably should announce, I'll announce it Saturday, right? I'll be on the Maven Minute. I'll be interviewed on the Maven Minute. You can go to my Facebook page for the details. The Maven Minute this Saturday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be interviewed by Sister Karima Muhammad, a real estate broker there in Atlanta and Memphis, Tennessee. She has a program called the Maven Minute, and she'll be interviewing me this Saturday. All right, this Saturday, talking about the money game. So you want to tune in, go to my page, my Facebook page, Daryl Muhammad, and check it out there. I think I even posted on my Instagram page. Everything's Daryl Muhammad. Go to my Instagram page and you can see there, get the link, and be there. Be there, brothers and sisters, because you got to understand this is informal education. So it's left up to you to know what you need, to discover what you need, to find out what you need, to put it in the right order and put it in the right place and all that kind of stuff. Right? So that's why it takes so much time, and it requires a lifelong dedication if you want to play the money game to win and dominate. Because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, I was a stockbroker, and that opened up my eyes. I can't begin to tell you. That's why, we gotta stay in communication with each other, because I'm gonna share it with with you as we go along on different platforms. Because another thing when it comes to winning and dominating is not done in the public. You get your twos and your fews and you get together and you go in private. That's for another Zoom, or live stream. But they play on a different level, brother. So I want to share with you what Allah God has blessed me to see from being on the inside of Wall Street looking out, not like 99.9% of everybody else from the outside looking in. All right. So that's this Saturday, 5 p.m., the Maven Minute with Sister Karima Muhammad. And go to my Instagram page, go to my Facebook page, is there. And I'll come on early. I'll start promoting it here in the next couple of days as well. All right, brothers and sisters. So that's it for me. Leave your comments below. Go to themoneygamebook.com, get your free gifts. And God willing, I'll see you Saturday. And as always, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our community deserves your very best. Until Saturday, I'm out.